Welcome to Lexington High School for the second annual Bucyrus Telegraph Forum All-Star Classic, featuring the top talent in North Central Ohio girls hoops. My name is Jonathan Langdon, live and free on the oh.report. To bring you this coverage here tonight, Adam Thompson, your producer, camera operator today, Brandon Powell, and we'll be joined by Josh Banks here in just a couple moments right before tip-off. A lot of pregame festivities coming your way. We'll take it down to the floor, and we'll have your starters and everyone playing out on the floor here today, along with the national anthem brought by a special quartet out at center court.
22 of North Central Ohio's outstanding senior players. Fans at this time, we invite you to please rise as we honor America, as tonight's national anthem is being performed by the Chordsmen, Mansfield's premier men's cappella chorus. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chordsmen. And now, friends, it's time to meet your 2025 Telegraph Forum Showcase roster of players. First for the West team. She averaged 4.1 points, 2.5 assists, 2.1 rebounds, earned honorable mention All Northern 10 Conference, All District 6, and All Northwest District in Division 6. She also is a 3-time state qualifier in cross country and 5-time All-Ohioan in track, who will be continuing her pole vaulting career at Findlay University. From Colonel Crawford, number 2, Abby Roston. She averaged 9.1 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 2.1 steals, earning her first All-Northern 10 Conference, All District 6, and All Northwest District in Division 6. She is also a 4-time All-Ohioan in track and was special mention All-Ohio in basketball as a junior and as a senior. From Colonel Crawford, number 5, Mira Holt. She averaged 8.1 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 1.9 steals, earning honorable mention All Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference and All Northwest District in Division 5. As a junior, she was part of the softball's team run to the district championship game after the program had just 9 total wins of 3 previous seasons. From Galleon, number 10, Cameron Eckert. She averaged 8.9 points, 1.9 assists, 3.5 rebounds, and 2.1 steals, earning first-team All-Ireland's Conference, as well as being a 2-time academic letter winner and 2-time state cross-country qualifier. From Crestview, number 11, Georgia McFarland. She averaged 10.8 points, 2.3 assists, 5.8 rebounds, and 6.7 steals, earning teen MVP this season. She recorded 2 triple-doubles with points, rebounds, and steals, and 3 double-doubles. From Temple Christian, number 14, Ashlyn Nipshield. She averaged 21 points, 3.1 assists, 7.7 rebounds, 3.4 steals, and 1.1 blocks, earning first team All-Ohio. All-Ohio Color Conference, All District 6, and All Northwest District in Division 4. She exists as the second leading scorer in Lexington girls basketball history. She was named OCC Pitcher of the Year as a junior and OCC Golfer of the Year as a senior. From Lexington, number 15, McCarvey Chapman. She averaged 7.2 points, almost a point assist, 7.7 rebounds, 1.7 steals, and 3.1 blocks, earning honorable mention All Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference and All District 6. She's the single-season rebound holder with 186 and one of the best shot blockers in program history with more than 112. From Ontario, number 20, Paradise Giroux. She averaged 11.1 points, 3.3 assists, 3.8 rebounds, and 1.7 steals, earning first team All-Northern 10 Conference and All-District 6, second team All-Northwest District, and honorable mention All-Ohio in Division 6. She was a member of the state Final Four team as a freshman. From Buckeye Central, number 21, Nevaeh Metzger. She averaged 7.5 points, 2.1 assists, 3.3 rebounds, and 1.1 steals. She had 39 makes from three-point range on the season, shooting 33% from deep. From Bucyrus, number 22, Melina Roland. She averaged 5.7 points, 1.9 assists, 3.4 assists, and 3.5 steals, earning honorable mention All-Ireland Conference as a junior and All-Ohio in soccer as a senior. From Crestview, number 13, Lily Klein. She averaged 4.1 points, earning honorable mention All-Northwest District in Division 6. She had 30 makes from three-point range, shooting 40.5% from deep. From Colonel Crawford, number 32, Carly Zender. And he just completed his third season as head coach and helped the program to its first league title in a decade, as well as another district runner-up finish in the tournament. He has won 56 games already, posting a stifling defense that held opponents to 31.2 points per game and 32.7% from the field. From Colonel Crawford, West Coach Zac Bauer. And now, fans, let's meet tonight's E-Squad. She averaged 5.3 points, 1.6 assists, 2.7 rebounds, and 1.5 steals, earning second team All Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference and honorable mention All Northwest District in Division 4. She won the league all 4 years in high school with an 86-16 record and helped the program to its 7th consecutive MOAC title. From Shelby, number 1, Sophia Long. She averaged 4.1 points, 4.6 assists, 4.6 rebounds, and 3.4 steals, earning second team All Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, honorable mention All District 6, and honorable mention All Northwest District in Division 4. Now her 4.6 assists per game this season is the 6th best of all time. 114 assists are the 4th most all-time in a single season, and 86 steals is the 8th most in a single season. From Shelby, number 3, Charlie Neese. She averaged 7.5 points, 2.5 assists, and 4.3 rebounds, and 2.1 steals, earning honorable mention All Northwest District in Division 3. From Madison, number 9, Bryn Kiley. She averaged 6.8 points, 2 points assists, and 2.3 rebounds, and 2.1 steals, earning honorable mention All-Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference in All-District 4. She had 42 makes from three-point range and was the sixth man on last year's state Final Four team. From Loudonville, number 11, Sydney Strauss. She averaged 4.5 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 1.1 steals. She was a regional cross-country qualifier all 4 years and placed in the top 50 in state as a senior, along with being a district champion in the 800 meters as a junior during track season. From Lucas, number 12, Chloe Sturts. She averaged 3.6 points, 3.7 assists, and 3.5 rebounds, and 1.6 steals, earning honorable mention All-Northwest District in Division 5. She helped the Colts to their first district championship in 36 years, and 22 wins in a new single-season record for the program. From Clearport, number 13, Lily Winkle. She averaged 21.4 points, 3.4 assists, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.7 steals. Earned first-team All-Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, All-District 6, All-Northwest District, and All-Ohio in Division 4. She is the back-to-back MOAC Player of the Year, District 6 Player of the Year, and Northwest District Player of the Year. Her 1,236 career points ranks third. 38.8 career three-point percentage is second. 77.96 career free throw is second. And 21.4 points per game is the most in a single season. And 534 points is the second most in a single season. 40.3% from three-point range is the second best in a single season, and 85.8% free throw percentage is second best in a single season. And she is top 10 in virtually all other career and single season records. She'll be attending Ohio Dominican University on a full scholarship to play basketball, and was part of the volleyball team that made her run to the state Final Four. From Shelby, number 22, Wembley. She averaged 10.5 points, 4.9 rebounds, 1.8 steals, and 1.4 blocks, earning first-team All-Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, second-team All-District 6, second-team All-Northwest District, and honorable mention All-Ohio in Division 4. She's an outspoken leader for the team and has been instrumental in the program's success over the last 4 seasons. From Shelby, number 23, Serena Ramsey. She averaged 4.8 points, 2.2 assists, and 5.4 rebounds, and 2.1 steals, earning honorable mention All-Mid-Buckeye Conference and All-Northwest District in Division 7. From Lucas, number 24, Olivia Brown. And she averaged 10 points, 10.8 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and 2.1 steals, earning first-team All-Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference and All-District 4, along with honorable mention All-Ohio in District 6. She was a starter on last season's state Final Four team and also earned the All-KMAC honors in softball. From Loudonville, number 42, Alicia Felix. And she just completed her 13th season as head coach and boasts a career record 237-74, featuring 7 consecutive MOAC titles. As a player, she was part of the 1992 Shelby State runner-up team and went on to play at Ohio University before becoming just the 4th coach in Lady Whippets history. She's led the program to a single-season record 27 wins in 2022. When they finished as regional runner-up And earlier this season, she helped the program to its 800th win, which is the 10th most all-time in Ohio girls basketball history. From Shelby, the East Coast, Natatlie Lantz. And ladies and gentlemen, the officials to tonight's opening matchup is Mr. Jeff Todd. He's an 81 Western River grad and an 85 Ohio Dominican alumni. He's a 33-year veteran official who lives in Bayview, Ohio. Next is Ross Rotzinger. Chase Rotzinger is a Sandusky St. Mary's Central Catholic alum and a 2020 graduate from Ashland University. He's been officiating for 7 years. And also tonight, Amy Wright, a 1979 Black River alum and 84 graduate of Bowling Green State University. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some basketball?
And we are just about set to go here from Lexington High School. Joined as well by Josh Banks here in a moment. So both teams ready to go. East taking on the West. Live and free on the OH Report. Thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon. This game and this installment for the women's side will be live and free, as you see on your screen right now. Tonight, the boys edition will be delayed. We will that stream will be available on Saturday at 1 o'clock. East and West underway. Tip is won by the West. Natatlie Lantz alongside Josh Banks. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, and this is going to be a lot of fun. All-star games are about as good as it gets, especially in North Central Ohio.
We had a great season in the girls' side, and just a day to celebrate and have some fun out on the floor as we see West get things started. And they'll find Eve Schwemley out top right here. Schwemley, a fantastic season as she hands off. And Mira Holt will now drive. Kick far side. Into the corner it goes. Three will be no good. That will bounce out of bounds. And we'll go to the East. So on the West, I misspoke. 22 in blue is Melina Rowland. And now Schwemley's crew will bring it the other way. The East, Clear Fork, a couple of, one of those. They've got 4 players from Shelby, as here's a 3 that misses off. And Rowland comes down with the rebound.
Almost taken away. How about the defense early on in this all-star game?
Not going to see a lot of defense here today, but maybe something can happen here in the first minute. Again, it's halves here in this all-star game, 20-minute halves, as there's the first basket. It's Mira Holt from Colonel Crawford.
You got 3 Shelby girls and 3 Crawford girls in the starting lineups for their respected coaches.
Schwemley steps into a right wing 3 and responds immediately. 2 of the top players in our area going back and forth right there. Schwemley committed to Ohio Dominican to play some basketball next year.
I mean, how could she not be going somewhere? One of the best in the area to do it is Mira Holt.
Running the offense, giving it out to the corner for 3. That is Gabby Roston, her teammate.
Teammate to teammate.
Roston had 4 points a game this year. Her teammate Holt, 9.1. Nobody was above double figures. It was just such a deep team for Colonel Crawford this year that unfortunately fell in the districts to Margaretta. There's a score inside.
Crawford versus Shelby right now as Sophie Long just scores that, one of the other Shelby girls.
Not going to see too much offense or offensive sets. Looks like mostly 5 out here.
Screen away, cut to the hoop, and stand in a corner and take a shot is what we're going to see on in both games tonight.
Some ISO ball, for sure. Rip through. There's a poke, and that will stay away. 2.5 minutes into the first half here in the Telegraph Forum All-Star Classic. It's 5-5.
The second annual at that. How about getting the ladies involved finally in this historic event? Throwing a girls' game just makes it so much better.
Mira Holt trying to take over. That one's going to miss. And there's Weichel, fought for the rebound with her teammate. And they'll give it right back to the West.
Mass substitution.
Coach Bauer not playing around, wants to make sure everybody gets some minutes. So 3 minutes go off the clock, and we've got a new 5 for the West. So it'll be Georgia McFarland for Crestview. Number 13 as well. Don't have a 13 on my list.
Paradise Peru in there from Ontario.
She's going to go in the post here and hook one up and miss. East right now sticking with their main 5. Here's Weichel getting open for 3. Can't get that one.
As I also have no 13 on the roster.
I think it's Klein, Lily Klein, who is listed as 31.
Might have been a misprint.
Offensive rebound for the East. Schwemley misses for 3. Ball will end up with the West. Chapman will bring it down the floor. Tried to play that one inside. There's Eve. Defensive pest all season long. She'll now go to the offensive side, miss off the glass. Still 5-5, no score here in the last couple of minutes. This will get dished to the corner. Tough contest, still falls, and we'll see the substitutes for the first time come in for East as a nice shot in the corner goes down.
Cameron Eckert, the senior from Bucyrus, knocks down a contested corner 3.
Hop step, dish out. Just lost the footing, but it does end up with Felix, who will lay it in. Good open look under the basket, makes it 8-7. Loudonville last year, of course, Felix leading the way. Didn't have the year they did the season prior, going to the Final Four, but they still kept some great pieces, and they had a solid season put together, Josh.
They have a solid season, and you got 2 ladies here right now for Loudonville. They got to be a part of that Final Four run last year, and as seniors, they now get to come play in this game. What more could you ask for as a player in North Central Ohio than to make that appearance, and now you play in the premier All-Star game for our area?
Schwemley takes the lead back for the East. Chapman will play with the screen. The lefty hoists up a 3. That one no good. Down the floor goes the East, looking for Felix. Couldn't quite catch it and stepped out of bounds.
Almost got the behind-the-back save, unable to, and we got more substitutions coming onto the floor.
Looks like Ramsey and Sturts will both check in. Serena Ramsey from Shelby and Chloe Sturts from Lucas. I think one of my favorite stories, Josh, from this year was the Lucas Cubs.
Yeah,
going all the way for 13 wins in the positive from the season prior. They play well this year as there's a nice shot inside. There's Peru from Ontario.
Had the joy of covering them a couple times this year, and just the growth and improvement that we got to see out of them all year under their new head coach this year was just absolutely amazing to watch.
I combined Giroux's last name with her first name and said Peru, but it's Paradise Giroux with the bucket, and they've got the lead here.
6 minutes in, 10-9.
Had a lot of teams talked about Lucas and how excited we were for their seasons. I feel like overall, a lot of the teams, including Georgia McFarland, had the ball right there with Crestview. They improved things as well, and they're on the up and up as well. That shot by Giroux is blocked.
Felix does a great job defensively, but yeah, I mean, Crestview has a good year. Loudonville has a great year, even though they lose their coach and they lose Vermilia, who's now playing well at Ashland. Crawford has a great year. All of our girls in North Central Ohio all had great seasons.
Speaking of great seasons, Ramsey from Shelby dishes it off. That ball just able to be kept in by Lucas's Olivia Brown. Nice pass inside, and there will be one that goes down for Sturts.
How about cub to cub? Brown finds Sturts. We've seen that a couple times here already early on. The teammates are super comfortable with each other.
We got a back and forth game so far here, Josh. 11-10 East.
Holt, Ralston, and Zender for the Eagles all check back in.
That's something both coaches enjoy doing, making sure every teammate stays a teammate here on the floor, and they'll get the similar playing time as we got a jump ball and we're going the other way. I wonder when and if, or probably when, we're going to see all 4 Shelby players here in the showcase hit the floor together.
It'll happen at some point, I'm sure.
Good hesitation move inside. Sturts will take another shot. That one no good, and here's a rebound from the West. They'll take it down the floor.
Melina Rowland one-handed pass to the corner trying to find Holt. Something she did a lot for the Redmen. She loves that one-handed cross-court pass. Something kind of her specialty.
Yeah, and she was trying to pass it to a regular opponent, so that's an interesting dynamic that changes things here in all-star games. Going to be some, especially in the boys game that we're going to see later tonight, some teammates got put on the other team. Like primarily, I remember Justice Thompson and Tyson Ringler, they're going to be going at each other later on tonight.
How fun's it going to be to watch them two potentially guard each other, though?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. For the girls game, however, here today, it seems most of the teammates are sticking with each other.
I spoke with Coach Bauer pregame, and I asked him about that. I said, you got 3 of your Eagles on your team? He said, yeah. He said, because that was my stipulation. I'm not coaching against any of my girls.
That's good. That's good. Coach Bauer coached Colonel Crawford to their first N10 title in 10 years. As his star player, Holt, takes a 3 there, misses, and Ramsey brings down the board. MOAC champions for the 7th consecutive season. Shelby Whippets. There's a missed shot by Sturts. 12.5 minutes to go. West will take up some offense. Far side corner, 3 up. No good. Ramsey pulls it down.
Ramsey getting to run some offense. Not something she gets to normally do for the Whippets. She's got a big old smile on her face bringing that ball up the floor.
Catch and shoot. Ramsey takes it and makes it.
Look at Coach Lantz over there getting into it too.
Ramsey has the green light, of course, here in an all-star game. Everybody's got the green light. Here's a steal by the East. Down the floor they go. Spin move at the lane. Tough shot will go.
Long looking for a foul. I don't think you're going to get that call in an all-star game.
So Sophia Long cashes in. Here's a 3 from the Lady Redmen. Off, and Holt gets the rebound. Top of the key, another shot. This one also no good. Holt crashing the glass. Careens back to a West teammate. 16-10, East in front as we see another turnover.
Holt has it taken away, and Ramsey running the point for the East right now.
Ramsey goes to the cup, banks it in.
Coast to coast for Serena Ramsey.
We got more subs coming in with 11:13 left, and Ramsey trying to make her case for MVP. She'll go to the bench with 5 points. It's now 18-10.
East kind of starting to separate themselves a little bit early on, though. Just now, 9 minutes into this first half.
Left wing 3, Holt taking a lot of shots, hasn't been able to get too many to fall. East tried to take it the other way. That was bounced out of bounds.
It'll stay with the West.
Holt trying to direct the offense. Now lobbed over top, and it's taken away by Weichel. Weichel from Clear Fork had a solid run for themselves in the tournament. She's going to catch, just stop and shoot. That one no good, but the Colts lost a tough one against Afrocentric, but going to the regionals, somewhere they haven't been in so many years, as each Schwemley gets back into the game, immediately scores. But Clear Fork, what a year for them.
Well, and how about the new coaches that are in the area? Coach Sellers hasn't been at Clear Fork a very long time, and he's got them to a regional final. Coach Bauer at Crawford, back-to-back district championship appearances. But, I mean, let's be honest, you run into the Polar Bears of Margaretta, and you really have a hard time every year, and that's something that they're going to have to get through if they want to get past that district level. But we've got 2 of the best coaches in the area that are newer in their systems.
Yeah, Coach Sellers is here, of course, not on the sidelines coaching. Lance and Bauer took that from him this year. There's a good shot inside that gives the West now 2 more points from Chapman. But Sellers, nothing but praise for all of the players that he coached under and how many sports all of them play. That's one of the reasons you only see one of them out on the floor here today, as they're all getting ready for spring season.
How about the block by Paradise Giroux there?
Already halfway through this first half.
sneak peek too, we will have Mr. Zac Holden, who put this whole girls game together, come up here. He's going to have a chat with us at halftime.
Yeah, and it's going to be exciting to talk to him and talk about all these girls who are happy to be here for the second year in a row in a special classic to precede the boys installment. Schwemley misses that one badly. It'll go out of bounds. But second one here for the girls, 46 later tonight for the fellas.
Well, and speaking with Jake Furr and Zac Holden pregame, they said that this girls' game is now a staple in this contest. This will be the foundation that we have every year from here on out.
Yeah, and there's a big crowd here today to celebrate as well. Giroux going to take a three, and it goes.
Not something we've seen her do a bunch for the Lady Warriors this year, but again, it's an all-star game. Get them up when you can.
Take whatever shot you want, Giroux, and average 7 points, also under 8 rebounds. Got a jump ball here. We'll stay on this side as McFarland will check back in from the Lady Cougars.
And it's fun to see the dynamic that these girls can just develop so quickly. Never played together, and they're out here. You got 20 to 15. You got a great ball game, offensive rebounds, defensive intensity. This is a lot of fun to watch. Not something we normally see in an all-star contest.
Not able to save that one from going out of bounds, so West down the floor after the turnover. McFarland finds herself open. Tried to dish it off. Good takeaway. Running the floor, Schwemley lays it up and gets it in.
She floats, flips, and scores.
That's what she does best. Able to get out in transition. Had a fantastic season. One of the top scorers in our area as she defends Chapman here, and she'll get a foul call. That's the first foul we've seen today.
First foul we've seen, and it's going to lead to some free throw shots.
But to finish my point, Schwemley, 21.5 points a game. Also 5.5 rebounds, 4 steals. So she's been all over the offensive side and defensive side of the floor as we've got Chapman here at the line.
Well, and how about the run the Lady Whippets made? They run into the Bellevue Lady Redmen, who I think we all had a conversation. The winner of that game was more than likely going to win a state title, and Shelby gave Bellevue everything they could handle in that district championship game.
And then Chapman at the line here averaged 21 points of her own, so she is a solid scorer as well. Missed the first free throw, however, and the second one will go off back iron. Giroux hauls in the board. Out for 3, that one left short, but it goes back to Giroux.
Talk about making a case for MVP. She's got 7.
Well, they got to get back in the game first. They're still down 5. 22-17 with 8:05 to go. Weichel top of the key. That one's missed. Her shooting for Clear Fork this year was one of the big reasons that they made it as far as they did and also played so well in the MOAC. Bluebaugh's a great player, but you got to have that supporting cast, and Weichel stepped up to the billing.
Yeah, she did a great job this year to help be that second option for the Lady Colts so they couldn't focus on blue ball.
The block by Giroux ends this one out of bounds.
7 points, 2 blocks, numerous rebounds. I mean, if they get back in this game, she's making her case early, but Schwemley's got 9.
And Ramsey played pretty well, and she's going to get another shot here. Couldn't bank that one in. Rebound by the East, and now it tips out to the West. Chapman playing on her home floor will bring it down. Pass to McFarland, just too far out of reach.
Great pass by Chapman to find Georgia, just unable to snag it. But it's fun to watch the up and down. These girls are used to playing 4 8-minute quarters. They're playing 2 20-minute halves, and it doesn't look like they're wore out at all yet.
Yeah, well, both coaches doing a good job here at kind of cycling them in. We've got 3 West players at the scorer's table right now, ready to come in after the next basket. That's another thing I like, Josh. There's no dead ball subs. It's whenever a basket's made, they're going to bring everybody in.
Yep.
Just like they do here.
How about the pass there from Chapman? You can't ask for anything more than sharing the basketball. And when you can do it in an all-star game and everybody's putting points on the board for the whole roster, it just makes it even more fun.
22-19. Ramsey drops that move, can't get it. Just reaches over for the rebound and gets it back up and through.
Definitely the size advantage there over Zender Ramsey has, and she used it to her advantage.
Looks like we had a scoreboard snafu earlier. It's 26-19. East trying to add to their lead. Lob over top. Caught nowhere close to an angle to the basket. We'll kick it back out. That shot off.
Brown unable to knock it down. But how about the defense by Long? She's going to hustle all the way down. She's going to poke it free and save it.
And she'll get it back as well. Dribble it down the floor.
She couldn't get the assist, so she's got the steal, and she's going to try to get the assist now on another Ramsey three.
Couldn't get it there. Ramsey catching shooting everything she catches.
I mean, when you knock one down, you just got to see one go in, right, to have confidence.
Exactly. Under 6 minutes to go. Good move here by Sturts. Keep herself on the dribble. And she's going to shoot in the corner. Can't get that one. Tipped away. Here comes the West.
Holt has it.
Good ball movement here. Finds the top of the key for three. That one will go for Temple Christian's Ashlyn Nipshield.
How about looking at her numbers this year that she had, the years she had for Temple Christian?
Yeah, 10.8 points, just over 5.5 rebounds, 7 steals, Josh. She was all over the floor. It'll do a good job for Temple Christian.
I want to say they said she had 4 triple-doubles with points, rebounds, and steals this year.
Yeah, she was a big problem for opponents for Temple Christian. 26-22. The ball ends up out of bounds on a foul. Schwalmley keeps it moving, finds Weichel, and we're seeing some offense here from the East. Do they have plays drawn up?
Looks like they got a couple sets. It's going to leave Schwalmley an open shot from the corner.
Could not get that one. I know that they had practices. The boys I know had practices. I'm not sure about the girls and what they did leading up to this game, but offense is flowing for both teams right now. Finds another open three, this time for the West. That one will not go.
Zender 0 for 2.
Schwalmley will catch and attack. Drives right into Holt, dishes it out. Weichel, the MOAC connection between Schwalmley and Weichel.
And it was funny, Weichel's kind of struggled here in this first half to shoot it. Eve passed her that ball, and I heard her from up here say, hit it. She was a couple feet behind the line and knocked it down.
Most of the East will make their way to the bench, but Schwalmley will stay out there. See a ball screen here for Nevaeh Metzger from Buckeye Central. She'll dish it off, out for three. That one no good. Metzger trying to get the rebound, couldn't quite get it in. And here goes the East. Nobody picking up the ball carrier. Left wing three up, that one short. Felix inside. Third opportunity, that one will not go, but a foul, and we've got more free throws.
Giroux gonna pick up the foul there.
Alicia Felix, 10 points, 11 rebounds this year. One of the better post players in the KMAC. First team all KMAC and then also all District 4. This is the first free throw. The team captain for the Lady Birds. Gonna try and square this one up and get the East to 30. 30-22.
8-point ball game. Metzger.
Giroux, she'll take a three. Made one earlier, couldn't get that. Schwalmley the board, down the floor she goes. The future Panther for Ohio Dominican next year. Squaring away a three, that one off. Rebound again, Felix. Doing the dirty work inside in an all-star game. Schwalmley sidestep. Felix, can she get it again? Not without a jump ball.
And it'll stay with the East.
You'll take it.
Felix doing the dirty work here in this first half. Numerous offensive rebounds.
They'll lob it over top to her. Just about 3 minutes to go here in half number one. Kylie from Madison on the basketball. A drive and kick. Defense collapsing here for the West, forces the East outside again. Schwemley through two, has that one taken away. Rowan the steal, and now down the floor of the West. Looking for Giroux inside. She's had the hot hand, but that one just out of reach. It'll be a turnover, and the East will go down the other end on offense, and the West will take some substitutions. Chapman returns for the West, along with Klein and McFarland. Open lane, basket will go. Good job by Charlie Neese. First time we've said her name here today.
First shot attempt she's taken tonight.
She made it. 32-22, a 10-point lead. Tough move by Chapman in a sea of defenders.
In a normal game, you probably get a foul call there.
But we've only seen 3 so far here in 18 minutes. Got to call a couple to kind of set the tone, but don't want to get too whistle happy here. I know that Jake Furr from the News Journal, he shared from a couple decades ago, there was a game here in the News Journal Classic where they had a ton of free throws shot. And while that's also great and it tells you that the kids are hustling, but it's an all-star game. Got to let a couple of things go. Backdoor cut here inside. That one will just miss by Olivia Brown. Rebound, however, by Felix.
Again, she's getting all the boards. She's doing everything right.
Minute and a half left here in half number one. Chapman sidestep for three. That one skies out. East looking strong here today. Neese dishes. Brown in a crowd dishes it back outside.
So that number that you were trying to think of was 1981. There were 95 free throws shot in that game.
I feel bad for whoever was in attendance. That must have been a long one. Hopefully that does not happen here today with either game we see. We've already flown by here in this first half, but you never know. It could get close. As we're under a minute. Lob over top. Ramsey running the floor. She is rewarded. She's got 9.
She's got 9. She's tied with Eve Schwemley for the leading scorer of the contest. And it's a 14-point East advantage.
Tell you what, a whole lot of Shelby here for the East, representing, giving them this lead. Play drawn up for the West. Threes are not falling right now. For the ladies in blue, Neese to Brown. Lucas Cubb is fouled. Clock will stop at 26.3 as we'll shoot this.
Foul on Eckert.
Olivia Brown averaged 5 points a game, 5 rebounds. Honorable mention in the Mid-Buckeye Conference. Helped them, of course, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, go from 0 wins 2 years ago to 13 this year.
The senior leadership from her and Sturts, and then the freshman play and just the youth that team has. But we talked about earlier, that N10 expansion. Now they're going to have to play the Eagles and the Buckeye Central Buckettes every year, twice.
Plenty of teams in that newly expanded. I guess, can we call it N14 now?
I mean, it sounds like they need to go back to the old NCC because it's North Central Ohio in a conference.
12 seconds left here in half number one. We'll see if East settles for the last shot. Neese holds on to it. 5 seconds left. Got to get something up. Ramsey looks up at the scoreboard. Ball's going to fall away from her, and that will do it for the first half. East puts a statement up on the board, 36-22. So the East takes the lead at the halftime break. We will come back and we will talk with Zac Holden from Telegraph Forum. Take a break here live and free on the oh.report.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
And welcome back for the halftime show. I'm joined by Telegraph Forum's Zac Holden. Thank you so much for coming up and talking with us here at the half. And solid competitive game here today. It's the second edition. Just tell me about what it was like getting this event put together and how you feel the product's coming out.
Yeah, it started last year actually with this Colonel Crawford staff, just kind of putting it in my ear, hey, a girls game would be cool, and I'd heard it over the years. Last year I just kind of threw it together. Galleon graciously hosted. This year I wanted to kind of make it a little bit bigger and linked up with Jake and Catalyst and all that stuff, and now we've got it basically right before the boys game, and it was a lot of work. You don't really realize how much it is until you're actually putting it on, but I mean, I'm grateful for it, and I love that the girls have this opportunity.
And just like me, you've had a chance to cover a lot of these players. Just what does it mean for you to just have an opportunity to have something like this for them specifically?
Yeah, I love it. I was talking with one of the coaches last night, and it's nice because most of these girls aren't going to play basketball again after tonight.
Yep.
And for them to get one last shot, some with their coaches, some with their teammates, some with kids they've played against for 10, 15 years, it's just a cool experience.
And not just the ladies on the floor, but I'm seeing so many in the crowd, like Coach Sellers from Clear Fork brought pretty much his entire team out here to come and support. So what does that mean for you, like just looking at them and what they're going to be looking forward to try and play in this game in the future?
It's cool that it's gotten that kind of reach. Last year, like I said, I kind of threw it together so the crowd was pretty much just family and stuff. So it's cool to see the reach of, yeah, there's one Clear Fork girl here, but the entire team's here supporting her. And there's a lot of others. I mean, a lot of the boys showed up early too so that they could watch some of it. Yeah,
so far today, we've had a lot of top performances. Who's your favorite for your MVP so far?
Oh, man, I don't know. Serena's looking pretty good for the East. The bigs are the one that's standing out for me.
Yeah, so they're taking threes now, and they're starting to knock them down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big stuff from both teams, and hopefully this can get a little bit closer. We can go down to the wire today.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, Zac. I know that you're excited to see the rest of this one play out, and then also the boys later on tonight. Yep. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Zac.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
And we're back, ready for the second half here, live and free on the oh.report in the Telegraph Forum Classic. This all-star game, the second edition. As you see the West coming out of the locker rooms here today, and they find themselves in a little bit of a pickle, down 36-22 to the East here today. Take a look at some top performers from that first half. We'll start with the West. Paradise Giroux, Josh, having a solid game here so far today.
Yeah, a couple blocks, several rebounds, and 7 points, the leading scorer for that West squad, and even knocking down a 3-ball as well from the big from Ontario.
Yeah, so she has been the top performer on the West side, and then for the East side, it's been a battle of the bigs so far today. Serena Ramsey had a pretty solid performance as she is vying for that MVP spot as they're currently in a winning situation.
Well, and how about the Shelby connection? Her and Eve Schwimley having big games. Sophie Long having a decent game defensively. We see her hustling down the floor to get a poke-away steal. It's just great basketball to watch and to see that they're not letting defense shy away. I mean, we're 20 minutes of basketball, and we've seen a total of 58 points.
So I got to talk to Zac Holden at the half. If you missed that conversation, I know Josh did, so I'm going to fill him in on it. So second annual All-Star Classic, of course, that Holden has hosted, and it all started thanks to Colonel Crawford and some of the coaches there saying, we want something that like what Jake does for the boys. And they had it last year. It was a separate event. This year they were able to combine with the News Journal to have this classic and have this be kind of the opener for the boys edition. That'll be later tonight. But I thought it was interesting that Crawford was kind of the one that ushered that in. last year, and then they come in, have a great year, and here they are again with a bunch of players in the Classic again.
I mean, you push for this to happen, and it just, the nice part about it is you said it yourself, we're the 46th year on the boys' side of things. We've always had talent on the girls' side. They just never had this opportunity to showcase it.
In and out there on the 3 from McFarland.
Georgia still looking for her first bucket of the evening. Be nice to see her get one.
Yeah, shout out to Georgia, our oh. report intern, a couple of times this year. Got involved in the soccer scene and volleyball as well, basketball whenever she wasn't at practice. I know she was busy all year long, just going through everything she had to do. She's still in high school. She's got class, she's got practice, and she still made time for us. So shout out to Georgia.
And from what I've heard, one of the best stat keepers.
Oh, 10 times.
Report crew.
10 times better than I am. So, of course, great for her, and they were able to have a solid season with the Lady Cougars, along with Klein, who's also playing in this Classic.
And how about her scoring a career high in their final game of the season?
Yeah, and I got to be there for that game when they took on Willard, and Cougars looked good throughout. They almost came back and made it really close on the flashes, but they were able to kind of wake up Willard and close it out as we got McFarland on the ball here, top of the key. She'll dish off to Chapman. Lady Lex misses that 3 from the right wing. And Felix also had a good first half. Talked about it. Battle of the Bigs so far.
Battle on the boards. Both teams rebounding it extremely well this evening.
This ball will go out of bounds to the west.
As you see the
coaching staff for Madison, that's what you saw?
Yeah, the South coach.
Yes.
Their staff standing down in the doorway.
Davey Hipp in his first season already here in the News Journal Classic. He played in this game a couple years ago.
Yeah, and how about that? He's one, I think, if I read it right, he is one of the first coaches to play and coach in the game. And he had 28 points in the game that he played in.
Yeah, he's certainly not the first, but it's a very small club, yes. I should say. There's a floater inside by Lily Klein. So there's the other Crestview Cougar getting on the board. It's 36-24.
Former record holder with 9 threes in this contest is Mr. Hipp from Madison.
Yeah, but that's been broken since. It's now at 11, and I'm sure.
And I think we might see it broke tonight.
Yes. Big collision underneath the basket as we'll have Chapman going back to the line. How about her aggressiveness? This is going to be the second trip for her.
0 for 2 in the first trip. Let's see if she can calm down and knock them down. Try to bring this West squad back into this contest just a little bit here in the second half.
One of the better players in the OCC in a couple of sports. She's got softball coming up.
Yep.
She's one of the better pitchers in the league. Misses that free throw as well, so just not able to find her shot there at the stripe.
If I heard it correctly, OCC Pitcher of the Year
yes.
as a junior?
And also Golfer of the Year. So she's everywhere. And I got to give her credit as well that she's here as well in an all-star game when her softball season started, if not last week, this week.
They're unbeaten, by the way. I want to say 2 or 3-0 on their young season.
A lot of exciting softball teams in this area. I think
absolutely.
If the weather doesn't get to us, it's going to be really exciting to cover a couple of baseball and softball teams in our area because it feels like that is the sport that this area excels at the most. We see a lot of deep tournament runs from baseball and softball here in North Central Ohio.
Unfortunately, in North Central Ohio, you said it best, we run into that weather problem where they get rainouts, they don't get games in, and they're just not ready come into season.
And I think it's raining right now as we speak. It was raining when I walked into the building, and it's going to be rainy for the next 10 days, so it's unfortunate to see that. But, eventually they're going to get their mojo up
How
and
about
under.
the move by Nice? Fancy footwork up and under and finish.
Lost her defender there. That's so far the play of the game. So Nice doing a good job getting to the basket. Makes it 38-24 as that will bounce out of bounds. Turnover for the West.
Ralston unable to control it. Track and field star for the Lady Eagles is Gabby Ralston.
That's another area that that North Central Ohio excels in on the track and field side of things.
Cross country, track and field. I mean,
Yes.
You see Lexington's got a 2020 state championship banner up for girls cross country.
And if you think of the KMAC world, you've got Mount Gilead that loves all of their banners in both cross country and track. Schwemley, straightaway 3, can't get that one to go.
Colonel Crawford, the same thing. I want to say back-to-back years they were state champions in track and field as a team.
Schwemley with the Schwemley underneath. Down the floor goes the West, trying to bank that one in. Holt misses. Cold shooting so far today.
Swimley finds Ramsey. Couldn't control it, though.
See some subs for both sides. Already 4.5 minutes gone here in this second half. The first half flew by. Already starting to see that again here in the last frame.
Not a lot of foul calls kinds of helps that keep the pace moving.
Metzger, a spin move, will dish it out to the right wing. 3 up and in. Good
Carly
shot.
Zender.
Colonel Crawford Eagle.
All 3 Eagles have knocked down a 3-ball here this evening.
Weichel already hit one earlier. Can't get that one off the back iron. And Rowan brings in the rebound. Down the floor we go. Holt wants the basketball. She'll get it. A deep 3. That one off. 40-27. Schwemley pushes the ball up the floor. Gets it right back. Layup, no good, but a foul.
How about the find there to see Eve cut into the hoop? Didn't shoot the 3-ball, found the cutter.
Was on that Final Four team in volleyball earlier this year. One of the best runs we've seen from any volleyball team in this area as of late, of course.
The best.
The best.
The best run.
They played some really good teams on their way to Dayton. It was fun following them. It was fun following Shelby up until their Bellevue loss in basketball season. Just shy of a district title, and Bellevue, of course, went on to cut down the nets.
And kind of what we thought is Swimley gets a block there.
And the 3 goes in.
Zender's got 2 of them here in the second half.
She's heating up, as you would hear on NBA Jam. Drive inside, just can't get that one in there. And it'll trickle out off of the east.
Making a little run here is the East, or is the West squad.
30-42. Some more subs for the West.
Zender has the hot hand, so she'll stay on the floor. One of the few times we've seen a Lady Eagle on the floor without any of her teammates.
They're going to look for her again. McFarland has that pass tipped, though. Zender to Giroux. She was the star of the first half. That kicks off her leg, but Zender able to scoop. Carly Zender gives to McFarland. Loves the mid-range area. Can't get that to go. Giroux the rebound. She'll find McFarland. Second effort. That
3.
one in. First 3 of the day for McFarland. We've got subs for the East now.
9-0 run for the West squad.
Bottomville Redbird Strauss up the floor. She'll bring it. Fake handoff. Shot is blocked in the lane. East will retain possession. Step through in the lane. Tough shot. It'll be a jump ball. And the arrow points. It'll stay here, it looks like, for the East.
Giroux will get credited for that one as well as she came over.
Corner 3. That one in. So the East able to expand that lead back to 12.
Nice has herself another bucket. She's up to 7 now.
Continues the hot shooting here so far for the Shelby Lady Whippets. McFarland kicks to her teammate Klein. Baseline drive, that one taken away. Nice down the floor, stops, lays it up and in. Nice move. There's another
She's got
basket,
9.
which means we'll have subs.
I will say I do love the way the substitution works.
Yes. No stoppages in play. Coaches have timeouts, but in a game like this, with the score where it is right now, I don't think we're going to see many called. Giroux hit a 3 in the first half. I went off to the right.
Maybe a little bit too deep there for Paradise.
Nah, not in an all-star game. Can't be too deep for anybody out on the floor here today. Another sub. Chapman will return to the contest. Josh, I'm going to put you on the spot. Favorite storyline this year from covering girls basketball?
Probably the Shelby Whippets running. I think we all expected them to get where they got to. And the way they were able to battle with Bellevue and just stay competitive, really the only competitive game that Bellevue had all season.
Both times they played, honestly. Because they played Shelby earlier in the season, too.
And they beat them by, I want to say, a handful. Shelby had every opportunity to win that game. But you look at Bellevue, you lost in the district final to a team that cut down the nets in Dayton.
Yes.
It's not a bad loss if you ask me.
There were a couple of questionable calls towards the end of that one.
A lot of questionable calls towards the end of that one.
Yeah, I heard all about it from Big Lee Berardi. Here's Giroux spinning into the lane. Speaking of MOAC. Chapman thinks about a 3. She'll go at her defender, kick it out. Klein, left wing. That one no good. For me, Josh, I think I'm going with the Lucas Cubs.
I was getting ready to mention that one as well.
A winless season to an above 500 year. Shout out to Coach Jamie Grover. Got it done with her Cubs this year. Only up for them. They've got really good young players that are going to be exciting to watch. This ball will tip out of bounds and we'll go to the east. I think those are the main 2 that we spotlight this year.
Well, and I think the best thing I got to watch, too, I spent a lot of time in Upper Sandusky, and it was getting to be a part of just that growth that those girls had. Grace Walton getting to 1,000 points, some of the big games that they played in, some of the comebacks that they had, a double-digit comeback in the second half against Riverdale. They get upset by Kenton in a game where they just did not shoot it well at all.
And you can't forget the Clear Fork Lady Colts. How does that one fall in for Alicia Felix? That died on the back iron and just went straight through. But you can't forget Lady Colts making history. That was the biggest story of the year. First time in over 30 years they got to that position, and they also had a tough loss to Afrocentric that got really close towards the end.
It was very close at the end. You know, we hear it all the time. You run into schools where you've got so many kids in your school to choose from for the sport. You're going to have the best 10 in your entire district that are playing for you. And that's what you run into when you run into the Afrocentric teams on the boys and the girls side.
Good rebound from Chapman. Finds her way inside. The Lady Lex, star for them, gets back on the board. Halfway through this second half. Nice thought about a deep 3. She'll give it to Schwemley. Eve to Felix. Faces up at the free throw line. Shocked to not see Ramsey shoot that one. Instead gives it to her teammate. Eve Schwemley starting to take over here in the second half. It's now a 20-point game.
And Eve uses the left as good as anybody. As Roland will hoist. She's unable to knock down her first bucket.
Stouts down the floor, lob over top. Felix catches, fires, can't get the bank shot. But it'll go last off of Chapman.
Everything is going the East way as far as shots falling here in this second annual Girls All-Star Game.
Quick handoff off the inbound. This ball looking for Schwemley. It's going to be saved in, but right to the west. Quickly the other way, Metzger, step back, lost it on the way up. Down the floor, Kylie has it ripped from behind. That'll be a jump ball.
Metzger with the hustle play on defense.
Going the other way thanks to that. Buckeye Central headed up by Phil Loy. Metzger, of course, a star on that crew. Still a lot to do with that program, but they made some strides this year.
They made some strides, and they've got a great guy at the helm in Coach Loy, who's been all over the Buckeye Central side of things, on the boys' side, on the girls' side.
Hit 400 wins this year. Congratulations to the AD over there, Phil Loy.
He is here tonight, too. I already spoke with him sitting down there in the corner.
Kylie from Madison can't get that one in. 8.5 minutes left here in the Telegraph Forum Classic, the second edition on the girls' side of things. Holt takes a three. Haven't seen any shots go down for her in some time. Just feels like the West can't get anything from three.
They can't get anything to fall, period, currently.
Weichel, however, is going to take that one and hit nothing but net, but wrong side.
Sitting across from us over there behind the bench for the West squad is Coach Sheldon's assistant, Brett Capel, who I just seen today got named by the OHSAA the Assistant Coach of the Year. I mean, big names all over the building.
Yeah, Abram Capel, I've still yet to meet him, but I'm excited to work a game with him in the future. But he's also helping out at Tiffin University.
Yep, Abram is an assistant coach and a recruiting coordinator at Tiffin. He's a great guy, super fun to work with. Honestly surprised he's not here tonight.
Yeah. Reverse layup. Shot there from the east, and that kind of tells you what's going on here in this game. It's now 59-39.
Sophia Long, reverse layup and finish. Again, everything going the way of the East.
Holt hangs on to it. Takes a screen from Giroux. Pick and roll, lob over top. Giroux still fighting for it. Out to McFarland for three. Misses everything, too long. And it ironically falls in the hands of Long.
Right place, right time. That's a deep three.
Strauss can't get that one.
Strauss, one of the ones Sydney struggling to find a bucket here tonight. But it's good to see these girls just keep shooting no matter what. They're going to keep shooting. And that's what Coach Lantz and Coach Bauer are preaching at them, I'm sure.
Stouts will come in for the East. And it looks like Weichel will be the one to go to the bench. .20 game. Just have some fun out there if you're the West All-Stars here in this one. Keep shooting your shots, getting good looks. Brown wrestles with her defender, Kylie. McFarland hesitated a bit, gives it back to Brown. Lucas Cub keeps the ball moving. Klein, board, dishes it back inside. Bank shot will go.
Eckert.
Yeah, from Galleon.
Her second field goal of the night.
Good up fake and a drive to the basket.
Olivia Brown knocks it down. Her first two of the night.
For three, that one off. Air ball into out of bounds area. That's Zender.
Zender had made her last two before that miss. Heat check.
6:07 left here in the second half. Shout out to all of you watching live and free on the OH Report. Jonathan Langdon, Josh Banks on the call here today. Brandon Powell, your camera operator, our producer, Adam Thompson. Shout out to Brian Skoronsky and Travis Berardi, probably watching here and there. I know they're having fun elsewhere. Jump ball here as McFarland comes down with the rebound. And we've got the closing minutes here on a lot of careers, Josh. As I talked with Holden at halftime, it's just exciting to get these players in the gym. Just give them a nice little send-off because most of these players are going to be going to play in college. This is pretty much it for them.
Well, and you've got some of the girls that don't play a spring sport.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the last time they're going to play a sport in their high school career. And then even the ones that do play a spring sport, like Eve Schwimley, like all these other girls that are, you know, going to play at the next level, when basketball is your passion and that's over, it's just kind of a different feel.
Georgia McFarland got fouled. So we'll see some free throws, 2 fouls on each side. Can't get the first one. So Georgia McFarland ending her career today, knocks down the second.
Her fourth point of the evening.
Yeah, knocked down a 3 earlier in this half.
She absolutely did.
Nice dribble drive, just couldn't finish. Felix, board, banks it in.
Felix can. Hey, she may not have a bunch of points, but rebound-wise, she's making her own case for why she might need to be the MVP tonight.
Yeah, she's done a good job here so far today, getting the East out to this 21-point lead now. Georgia has it ripped. Sturts knocks it out of bounds. And it'll be a line change here for the West. 5 in, 5 out.
Metzger, Holt, Rowland, Ralston, and Chapman.
It takes the 3. That one a little off. East leads the break, now pulls it out. Nearly had it ripped. Stays with the East, Euro step inside. That one is good.
Olivia Brown, the Lucas Lady Cubs, got her 4th point of the evening.
Honorable mention in the Northwest District. As we see a takeaway here, Sophie Long all the way to the cup.
67-42.
East is having a night as Holt catches and shoots. Shot no good, ball tipped out of bounds. We'll head the other way.
And let's, you know, we mentioned it before. You don't normally see defense in these games. But boy, oh boy, these East All-Stars are playing some good defense here tonight.
And defense you can kind of attribute also to rebounding, that they've also crashed the glass pretty well. And that's helped their case too. Sturts in the corner. That one in. It's a 3.
Brown to Sturts, Cub to Cub.
Seen that a couple of times so far today.
That's 5 points for Chloe now.
That ball nearly banked in. And Felix gets the loose ball, gives it to Long. Under 4 minutes. Coach Lantz looking on. Happy with the scoreboard as Felix is open inside. And we've got a line change for Lance's crew.
How about the pass there by Sophie Long? She waited for Felix to cut, threw her a pocket pass. And Felix, again, we just said it, she's making a case, and she just continues to make her case.
And I feel like Felix right now is really happy with her Shelby teammates. They're getting her the ball quite a bit here today. Rowland, no one's going to contest her, so she decided to take it, and that's a swish.
Melina Rowland knocks down the 3 ball.
Strauss, another Redbird. That went off.
Chapman has it now.
Just about under 3 minutes as Chapman, uncontested to the basket, able to score, gets a 5-0 run here for the West. Strauss threw a couple of screens. Misses short there. Schwemley the rebound, kick back out. Kylie.
In and out.
Rebound inside. There's a layup in for Strauss.
Strauss is going to get herself into the score column. A struggle bus from 3-point range.
(74-47) after that basket. As it looks like right now, our MVP favorite is going to be Schwemley. She's got 17.
I would have to agree. And how about the assist? She's got rebounds. She's done what she did all year for the Lady Whippets, which is everything.
Holt is wide open. A late contest, though, by Ramsey does the job. Stays with the West. Shot, top of the key.
Metzger can't knock it down. They really wanted to get Nevaeh a good look.
Strauss gives back to Schwemle, trying to add to her total here before this one's said and done. She'll give to Kylie. That one misses short. Still scoreless so far, so just trying to get everybody a score right now.
I want to say she's the last one that has to score for the East squad.
The ball ripped away. Ramsey finds Schwemle up ahead. She'll slow it up. See if they go to Kylie again.
I feel like they're going to. Yep, they're looking for.
On the block. No good. Ramsey with the board. She'll bring it back out. She's wide open. She's going to take the three. No, sir. Kylie unselfishly dishes it out, but turns it over. Minute and a half to go. 74-47. The East will cruise to a win here. Chapman for three. That went off.
The West just could not knock down the three ball tonight.
And it's been the opposite so far for the East. Of course, a lot of winning on both sides, but specifically for the East, Shelby had a phenomenal year. They've got 4 of their players here on this crew for the East All-Stars, and that has definitely helped them get out to this big lead, as it's now 74-47, 59.4 seconds left. Metzger down the floor, confuses the defense. She'll bank it in. Metzger scores for the first time today. Under 40. Eve crossover move, goes up on McFarland, dishes it out instead. Step in for the mid-range area. Offensive rebound, Schwemle. Kylie to Eve. Kylie underneath, and now she gets her basket. Madison Lady Ram gets on the board with just under 10 seconds left. 3 at the end from Giroux. That won't go, and that will end things here today. East All-Stars cruise to victory, 76-49. We will take a break. We'll have your MVP here in the Telegraph Forum Classic next on the OE.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can't move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here, blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know.
Bucyrus Telegraph Forum Ladies All-Star Game MVP, Eve Schwimley, the senior from Shelby. Number one, congratulations. What's it like to your last time on a high school court, be able to play with your teammates and grow some new friendships?
Yeah, it was definitely fun just playing with my teammates, especially, and making new friends that I've played against some of them where it was nice to just play with them and get to know them.
20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. What did it mean for you to win this award, and what are you looking forward to as you go to Ohio Dominican now to continue playing basketball at the next level?
Yeah, it's super exciting. I'm really excited to go play at Ohio Dominican. I just want to keep getting better and play with and just keep getting better, yeah.
All right, well, you know how this works. We got the guys coming out here to get warmed up, so let's go ahead. You give your shout-outs, and then we'll let you get out of here.
All right, just my family who came.
All right, that's our Bucyrus Telegraph Forum All-Star Game MVP, Eve Schwimley. We're going to send it back up to Jonathan as we get ready for the boys' game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. It's time for us to take a quick break. Boys are coming up here in about 25 minutes. We will have our delayed broadcast for that on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So if you want to catch that here tonight, get your butt over to Lexington High School. It's going to be an exciting game here between the North and the South All-Stars. Some of the best in North Central Ohio about to duel it out here in Lexington High School.